Vedic Astrology full moon forecast for January of 2023. I'm here in Varanasi. That's a monkey. Oh. This wire mesh fence between me and the river is to keep out the monkeys, which are pretty active today. The moon is waxing, and on January 6th at 3:09 p.m. Pacific time, the moon will reach the end of the Purnima Tithi, the climax of the lunar cycle, and then begin to wane again. Hopeful, looking into the future, perhaps also delayed and frustrated in some ways too. This full moon has a lot of dynamic energy of renewal within it, but also there's a little bit of still driving with the pedals on, or the brake pedal on, you'd say, with the planetary movements right now. So it's a powerful full moon, a winter full moon here in the northern hemisphere, to go within a time of yin and to maybe start to really visualize your year ahead actually now and in the weeks to come as Mercury goes direct and Mars goes direct. We'll see a much more quickened fast forward motion. It's a beautiful time for me, I think, to be in contemplation here by the Ganga, the river. You can see the temples down by the river. This holy river is a place of pilgrimage. And there's many temples that have steps that go down, right down to the river. Very peaceful place, except when the monkeys come. So I better close this. So this full moon is in the area of the sky, or the Vedic lunar mansion, called Punarvasu, Punarvasu nakshatra. Punarvasu means to make light again, like to bring in the light after a storm. And there has been a lot of winter storms, a lot of rain recently in America anyway, I was reading on the news. And it's interesting, I did feel that with this Jupiter and Pisces energy, this would be a very wet year for many places of the world, with snow and rain coming in floods even. This full moon will have an ability to bring in some light through the rain clouds. It's a full moon of renewal, of hope, of creative energy as well, because this full moon is connected to the goddess Aditi, the first mother goddess. Aditi means something boundless, something open, something ever expanding, and it represents the infinite possibilities of creation. So this full moon is an amazing time to be kind of taking a look at maybe how you'd want to expand into the year to come, maybe making more commitments towards that. Although we're still under the influence of these two retrograde planets, Mars and Mercury. Both of them have been retrograde through the new year. At the end of the year, Mercury turned retrograde as well. So yeah, we've seen a lot of difficulties in travel, particularly because of these storms but also Mercury and Mars being retrograde together can really create conflict and misunderstanding as well. There's something quite awkward about both of these energies moving backwards. There can be also a sense of just needing to delay or wait for the right time. And so this full moon feels like a time to maybe hold back a bit and really set in place your intentions, but to wait a few days after the moon. Mercury will go direct on January 18th, and also Mars will go direct on January 12th. And so there's something turning around those dates, and especially around the 18th or the 17th, Saturn also changes signs. This is a really big chapter shift. Saturn entering into Aquarius is his most powerful benefic place he can be. In many ways, he is in his element as he's moving into Aquarius in 2023. This is a big improvement, in my opinion, from Saturn in Capricorn, which is quite stoic and serious and sort of in this place of having to restrict and hold down and control so much. Saturn in Aquarius continues to have an effect of needing to control and restrict, but it's more in the benefit of the higher good that we're looking at now. And there's a lot of possibility for great innovation and advancement. I really go deep into the analysis of Saturn in Aquarius, its meaning throughout history, and also what it means for you according to your Vedic rising sign and your Vedic moon sign in a class that I taught. So if you're interested in learning more about Saturn, the great planet of karma, of limitation, of structure, and spiritual growth, you should check out that class if you haven't already. This Punarvasu full moon is a very auspicious moment. It's a time of expansion in general, infinite possibilities. And Punarvasu has a lot to do with self-improvement, coaching, learning new skills, particularly with the hands, and all kinds of innovations and improvements, and yeah, just learning new things. Writing, too, is supported by this Punarvasu full moon. So, another thing that in India they celebrate, the Punarvasu full moon that we're having is going to initiate the month of Magha. It's a lot about pilgrimage and people coming to bathe at this river, actually. Okay, so let's just take a look at what the tarot cards have to say about this full moon coming up on the 6th. Okay, guys, I recorded, as I usually do, a live video of the reading, the interpretation of the tarot cards I just pulled, and it turned out that my microphone wasn't working, and I didn't notice until now as I was about to finish it. So I am just going to do a voiceover of what I had said earlier. Quite a Mercury retrograde moment. So here it goes. The first card that was pulled is the 8 of coins, 8 of pentacles there with the tree. Right, and it really shows something quite creative and fertile growing out of this full moon. There's a lot of infinite possibilities, I was saying, within Punarvasu. And just like the power of a seed that is sprouting and growing forth and creating new seeds, expanding out endlessly, that is the boundless energy of Aditi. And it's interesting that this card also, though, has to do with a sort of a patience or a timing in it all. And the card that followed is the Hanged Man, as you can see. The Hanged Man is a card of actually stagnation or having to wait, sacrifice, which, there's something like pulling us back as well, having to pull inward and see things in another way at this time with Mercury retrograde and Mars also still retrograde. And I didn't mention this before, but during this full moon, Mercury is going to be completely combust the sun. He's crossing, as every time a planet like Venus or Mercury goes retrograde, it passes into the sun and emerges transformed as morning star on the other side of the sun. So during this full moon, Mercury's it's complete combustion, completely dying and being reborn into something new. Letting go of the past, I think, and reconnecting with a new future, a new you, a new possibility in this full moon. And it does look like as Mars starts to move forward, particularly, that is coming to fruition with the Two of Wands. Allow things to come in their own time. Let go of the past and open to something new. come back to what your true dreams or intentions are. So thank you so much for coming to the full moon forecast. Sorry I'm not in video to wave goodbye. I do offer one-on-one, Vedic astrology readings and tarot readings online. I'm here from India, although I have limited availability, so check that out. Also, you can get the 2023 forecast up on my website now. If you haven't participated in the live stream and you'd like to see the recording, you can purchase that on the Anandashri Vedic Astrology Academy platform. And so have a wonderful, safe, and blessed full moon coming up, and I will see you soon on the next moon.